Hello everybody and welcome to SKL. I am Kevin Big Booty Bodie. To my right, I have the man with the softest hands in southern Saskatchewan, Carter Silky Mittens Asselford.
How's it going, guys?
And to my left, I have the man with the most luscious hair in all of SKL. Not Saskatchewan, just SKL. Jonah Zaramali Shaver.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Alright, tonight, on blue side for the first game, we have Indecision, and on red side, we have LandBeforeTime.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game. We got two really good teams here. And just starting out in the picks and bans, we already got a couple bans per side. We do see the Diana, Brom, and Skarner banned out on Indecision side. And Callista and Ashe, so far for LandBeforeTime, really targeting I'm a Big Tough Guy.
Yeah, the Callista and Ashe, both ADC bans towards I'm a Big Tough Guy. And Victor, a favorite of Kelthice in the mid lane for Indecision.
Yeah, but Lulu is also another one of his favorites, and they're gonna pick it up there.
There it is.
First round. That's probably gonna, just from the way Indecision has played in the qualifiers, that's probably going in the mid lane to Kelthice.
Also interesting that we see the Skarner ban actually coming out from Indecision because it is their jungler Weeblet, who is a big fan of the champion, but they're actually banning it this game.
If we do see a Janna on the side of LandBeforeTime, do expect a hyper carry on the side of Indecision. I'm a Big Tough Guy, really big carry, and especially with the Lulu, just a buffing the ADC comp would work really well here. So I do kind of expect either a Vayne or a Jinx to come out, maybe a Tristana as well. All great hyper carries in the late game, and really safe against a Janna. So that's why I would say that. If it was more of an aggressive support, maybe like a Thresh or something, maybe might see a different ADC, but I'm expecting a hyper carry to come out onto I'm a Big Tough Guy.
Yeah, and they're really, that's two good picks there, Olaf and Janna, able to get into that back line, ignore all the CC.
Yeah, the funny thing about Kaladir, though, is our sources are telling us that he actually has 10 fingers and no thumbs.
Oh my goodness.
So definitely not stopping him here, able to qualify for the SKL regular season, but just an amazing, my personal hero, really. Yeah, having no thumbs, that's really tough life to live.
It's a great story. Interesting, the Olaf pick will be very strong here for LandBeforeTime. For some comps with the Olaf, you would like to have the Lulu on your team, actually. But it'll still be strong here with the Jan, and we'll see what else they come out with as we look now to Indecision for their next rotation of picks.
I'd be interested to see that Thresh come in, because I know all throughout the qualifiers from Indecision, I got to cast a lot of their games, and we saw a lot of Nami coming out of Hot Dog McGee. So, and when Nami was banned, went towards that Morgana. So it'd be interested to see the Thresh here. We haven't seen that come in from Hot Dog McGee, so we'll see how that goes as they're hovering Elise and Thresh here.
Yeah, kind of interested to see that they didn't take a Nami here, because you could further buff I'm a Big Tough Guy, and really hard CC doesn't help against an Olaf, so Thresh kind of useless in that regard in the team fights, not going to be able to help peel Olaf at all. So would have liked to see a more buffy champion put on the slows with the Nami, and even just the movement speed passive from Nami would have been really great here, I feel. But just going towards a different comp, maybe not too worried about that Olaf.
Yeah. And we do have two powerhouses here coming in. Both of these teams, Indecision and LandBeforeTime, both placing first, coming out of the qualifiers. So definitely two, probably of the powerhouses coming out of the qualifying team is we see the Azir and the Evelynn hover. Be interesting if we saw that. Definitely not a protect the 80 carry comp coming from LandBeforeTime there if those are locked in, but
yeah, this is more of an in-your-face comp. I don't think we've seen Azir once, maybe once or twice, not really at all in the qualifying round, which is interesting to see. Still a strong pick, still great at that zone control, and still pretty OP in some people's opinion, but Evelynn, another strong jungler, really in your face though, so Janna going to be the one peel for the AD carry, and then the rest of these members are going to want to get right in the face of Indecision.
Yeah, on this last rotation, you'll have Indecision looking for their ADC, and then LandBeforeTime will look to counter it. It'll be interesting what they go for. Like you said, lots of hyper carries still available. The Callista and the Ashe bans did come out, but there's only so many great ADCs you can ban, because Jinx is still up, Tristana is still up, Vayne, like you said. You could even go Kog'Maw, or they can even pull out that Mordekaiser.
Oh, true.
Mordekaiser not banned, yeah.
If they pull out the Mordekaiser, I'll be so happy.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen one yet in SKL. I wish we have, but...
Yeah, it would be interesting to see the kind of control that a Mordekaiser would be able to have. I know, not a whole lot of teams picking it up or practicing it even, so interesting to see who will be the first. Graves, haven't seen him.
There it is!
There it is, boys! We got our first Mordekaiser of the SKL regular season in Game 1 between Indecision and LandBeforeTime. This is going to be hype, and we got a Darius in the top lane.
As well. Downright Darius. I hope we see the Dunkmaster skin coming out. And do you think LandBeforeTime has been practicing for Mord ADC? You think they're prepared?
I really don't think they have, because in reality, it probably isn't worth it. The amount of teams that are going to play Mordekaiser at the start, probably really slim. Caitlyn would be actually an okay pick here. You really want to stay as far away as you can from Mordekaiser. Laying those Yordle snap traps in the net will help her stay away from Mordekaiser, and that's really what you want. So actually, pretty good pick here. Pretty safe with the Janna. It's actually going to be tough for Mordekaiser to get rolling, but the one thing Mordekaiser is going to look to do is just shove the lane right into the turret. That's all he does, and he can just stay sustained with his passive as well. And with Thresh too, going to be pretty scary, but going to go for the Jinx here. Not a bad decision.
Yeah, in a game that could possibly be, like we said, Indecision finishing first in their pool, this game against LandBeforeTime, this could be their biggest challenge yet. So it'll be interesting to see if this Mordekaiser pick, it's kind of a high risk, high reward pick. If this pays off, it'll be good.
Wow, this is going to be a hype game. We got the Lulu in the mid lane onto Kalthais, as always. He's really comfortable in that champion. Actually, he's kind of like the unsung hero in these games when he's playing these Lulu picks. He's buffing champions, he's shielding, he's saving his carries. The wild growth, really good into a Darius. As soon as someone's going to get ulted or they've got 5 stacks, it's really good to pop that on them. And as long as he doesn't get the reset on his ultimate in a team fight, that could be huge.
Yep.
Yeah, so who do you think has the upper hand coming out of these picks and ban phase here? Is it the Mordekaiser, or are we going to see the Jinx hyper carry come through and really lay a hurting on Indecision?
So actually, I want to give the edge slightly to LandBeforeTime, just because Mordekaiser is such a wild out there pick. You really don't see that much at all. So it's pretty much the first time we're seeing this too. So we don't know how it's going to play out in the bot lane. That's totally a wild card. If I was taking away the bot lane, I'd say it's actually pretty even. Just looking at the mid, jungle, and top, really strong champions in each position. So a little bit different of a style. Definitely more of a passive style for Indecision, and a more in-your-face style for LandBeforeTime.
Yeah, it's really hard to call looking at both team comps, because that Mord pick really throws everything off. That could be the win right there. That could snowball really heavily, and it could just be a stomp for Indecision, or it could be a disaster. I mean, we really don't know yet.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, we're going to take a quick break here, but before we go, make sure you like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Saskatchewan League, and follow us on Twitter as well. Throw us a couple tweets. Who you think is going to win this game? You can find us on twitter.com/SK_League. You can follow our personal accounts on Twitter as well. I'm on Twitter under SilkyMittensLol. I know these guys are on Twitter as well.
You can find me at @BigBootyBodie.
And tweet at me at LOL Zaramali. That's ZARAMALI.
Awesome, guys. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We're going to play a couple messages from our sponsors here, and we'll be right back on the Rift with Game 1 between Indecision and LandBeforeTime.
Yo, check this out.
right, folks, we're just jumping into game here with Indecision versus LandBeforeTime. On this side of the blue, we have Indecision in the top lane, playing Darius, the Dunkmaster, Similodon. In the jungle, we got Weeblet playing Elise. Mid lane, Kelthice rocking that Lulu. 80 carry position. I'm a big tough guy rocking that I'm a big tough Mordekaiser. And Hot Dog McGee in the bot lane playing the legendary Thresh.
And on the red side, we got LandBeforeTime. In the top lane, Caladir bringing out the Olaf. Cletus Cassidy subbing in for LandBeforeTime, playing that Evelyn in the jungle. Unfriendly Panda bringing out Azir for one of the first times in SKL. True Rice and Sharptooth in that bot lane with a Jinx and a Janna. So, just looking at these teams, what's the lane to watch? I know bot lane's a big lane, but do you see another lane being more important than that bot lane more?
I think mid lane's definitely the one to watch. We saw, like, throughout the qualifiers, Kelthice just never really winning lane. He always kind of went even, very standard, like always went even or lost lane. So I'm interested to see how he matches up here against Unfriendly Panda on that Azir. He is rocking the Ignite Summoner, so definitely looking for some kill pressure, which, you know, interesting choice of heal there from the Azir. You don't really, I don't really see that much on the Azir.
If you're gonna go to defensive spell in the mid lane, you almost always go Barrier, just because Ignite inherently counters heal. It halves all healing, incoming healing, so Summoner Heal not really the best of defensive spells for Unfriendly Panda on this Azir. We'll see how that's going to pan out. Maybe Kelthice will look to pressure a little bit. Weeblet on Elise, also great ganking levels 1, you know, pretty much all throughout the game. Doesn't need a level 6 power spike or anything like that. Always has that cocoon ready. So it will be interesting. I do agree. Mid lane will be something to watch. I think we have to watch all lanes, really, honestly. Olaf versus Darius, that's a pretty hype matchup.
Yeah, it's a couple big bruisers there in the top lane.
Yeah, and the big thing about all these reworks is you don't know how all the matchups go. You know how the matchup before Darius's rework goes, right, with the Olaf, but you really don't know. Like Fiora, now that she's reworked, you really don't know how she does against some of these champions, so it's really fun to see all these new matchups kind of happening and see where they stand.
Yeah, since the Mordekaiser rework there, I haven't seen Mordekaiser once in any of my solo games or just playing normal as a friend. I haven't seen it once. It's always banned, so it'll be interesting to see how I'm a big tough guy pulls it out tonight. And if it's always banned, in my games at least, has he had the correct amount of time to practices?
There's always blind pick, you know. Could have brought that out, but yeah, I have to agree. It is banned in a lot of games, but I think as long as you're playing it whenever it gets through, doing the practice on it, since it's banned so much, that also means that teams don't know how to play against it, right?
True, it goes both ways.
It could mean that you don't know how to play it because it's always banned, but if you do get on it quite a bit and do get some practice on it, when it goes through, it's going to be huge.
And I'm a big tough guy in Hot Dog McGee, choosing to go with that target on goes there, both support item there, just to get that gold between them, sharing the CS there. Hook misses in the bot lane. Hot Dog McGee taking a lot of damage from True Ice. Might have to flash here. Flash barely gets out. Ignite is ticking. Heal is burned to save Hot Dog McGee, and already some action in the bot lane.
Yeah, big one trade there for LandBeforeTime. A lot of damage there. Maybe just a bit of mispositioning there from Thresh, not knowing exactly how far out she was, but yeah. Forced to flash. Aggressive offensive flash burn for Janna as well, but
yeah, definitely a misplay by Hot Dog McGee there, getting too far ahead and then just hooking the minion. That was just a little bit of a misplay. Cletus Cassidy poking her head down in this bot lane, and the River Brush on this Evelyn. They don't know that Evelyn is there. This could be dangerous.
And she shows her. No, she's still stealth. Chompers come out, and Hot Dog McGee very low and goes down right away to True Rice on the Jinx.
Yeah.
And Cletus Cassidy there, but he didn't even have to do much.
That's definitely not someone you're going to want to give first blood over. They're going to be looking for that Jinx to hyper carry this game. And first blood going over to True Rice.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be important for LandBeforeTime to make sure that this Mordekaiser pick doesn't snowball out of control from the and we see now Cletus Cassidy going in for the gank onto Kelthice mid lane. Forced to flash on Lulu. Very low, and we'll see if she goes down. Weeblet there as well, though. She was able to retreat under turret there. No kill picked up.
Yeah, the flash is burned on Kelthice, but just good gank by Cletus Cassidy. Just coming up from the bot lane, able to get summoners out in both lanes. I'm a big tough guy, still has flash in the bot lane, but Hot Dog McGee taking that first death in this game, definitely huge.
Yeah, I like the aggressive start there coming in from Cletus Cassidy, the sub for LandBeforeTime, and very good start already for the jungle there.
When did Mordekaiser get a kill? did we miss? I think we missed. Oh, we missed the kill onto Janna, I think.
I didn't even see that come up on the message on the screen.
It was yeah, it was hack.
Kill there.
I'm a big tough guy. He's now a hacker actually, and can just give himself kills.
Interesting.
So that'd be interesting. Unfortunately, you can't get the replay. Oh, missing the cocoon is
Sorry about that.
a little bit embarrassing. Cletus is gonna spot him out. If the bot lane comes up here, this could be dangerous for Weeblit.
Fight for Scudler, but is picked up for Weeblit in that vision onto Dragon.
Weeblit also having that level advantage onto Cletus Cassidy, so Cletus Cassidy not choosing to fight there. The bot lane, barely EBCS, both kills on the AD carry position.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be scary now that Mordekaiser has a kill, but Smilodon doing
Olaf
some
very
damage.
slowed, and Smilodon picks up the kill onto Caladir. Guess those 10 fingers weren't helping him out that time.
Yeah, could have used a couple thumbs there, maybe to navigate himself away from that. The Decimate gonna land and then flashing back in, just get the extra damage before the pass. And finally takes down Caladir. Just good play by Smilodon. He had that lane pushed pretty much the whole game so far, the first 6 minutes here. And just really not respecting. I guess as Olaf taking Ghost, you don't have the flash to get away immediately. So once you that low, it's pretty much goner. See action in the bot lane.
The Lantern comes in to get Weeblit into the action, but Jinx and Sharptooth here. Oh, the stun does land onto Janna. She's getting very low here. Botocorel is still going down. Hook misses from Thresh. Jinx is now doing some damage, and the flash from Weeblit comes forward, but he is not able to pick up the kill and takes some damage from the turret. And LandBeforeTime able to escape there, but Unfriendly Panda picks up the kill onto Kelthice there in the mid lane with the help from Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah, just another great gank by Cletus Cassidy, even though sub really putting lots of pressure into this one. Definitely looks like a regular on that Evelyn, making really use of that passive Shadow Walk. And we almost see another kill in the bot lane towards Mordekaiser. Really interested to see what a fed Mordekaiser can really do in this game. I know it's already impressive, even going even, but
Yeah, you see Kelthice there dying on that Lulu just before he hits level 6 there. If he had that wild growth available, he might have actually been able to pick up the return kill on Unfriendly Panda, but unfortunately behind in levels there. I'm not sure if the Azir got it after, but you know, very close to that level 6 and not able to keep himself alive.
And yeah, another, like we said, another great gank there for Cletus Cassidy. Again, a sub coming in, which is very impressive because jungle is perhaps the most important position where you need communication between team members about when to gank, about when would be a good time to gank. So it's good to see some synergy coming in for LandBeforeTime, even with their subs as well, as we do see them pick up their first dragon.
yeah, first dragon gonna be pretty scary because eventually that snowballs into second, third, fourth. You don't want to see that.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, I think that's the mechanic of the dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, that's actually just huge for denying Mordekaiser, really, is the reason I say that.
Right, yes.
And Mordekaiser, the reason he's so toxic in the lane is because you can get that early dragon, bring that back to lane, and all of a sudden it's pretty much a 3v2. Big old dragon. Hot Dog Mickey's taking damage.
Chompers are down to stop these schemes going very low here. Forced to flash again, and he looks like he will get out here, but very low still. But like you said, yeah, about that Mordekaiser able to leash that dragon and take it down to lane. I really want to see that in game here because I think that's just disgusting that he can do that.
Yeah, definitely. Hot Dog McGee.
Oh, lands the death sentence at about full range there, but nothing doing.
Yeah, getting caught out of position again in the bot lane, taking the chompers as zap, taking a lot of damage from this Janna Jinx bot lane. You would have thought maybe that it would be Mordekaiser Thresh pushing the envelope here, but you keep having these little mispositions. It's not going to go well.
Now, Hot Dog McGee's going to have to be careful here as True Rice just hitting level 6 on that Jink. That super mega death rocket is going to come out. We might see, as we do see action in the bot lane.
Flash force from Janna there now, but Hot Dog McGee going low again. Lantern is there for Mordekaiser, but Rocket's still coming out from Jinx. And they're getting very low here.
Yeah, great body block by him, big tough guy, noting that Hot Dog McGee probably would go down. Does have the heal available too still. Maybe going to look for some pressure from Weeblit, but he's going to get spotted out. There's a lot of deep warding, actually, by LandBeforeTime into Weeblit's jungle. Not spotting out the pink ward, and of course walking right over that normal vision ward in his own jungle. So they're going to know that he's coming if he does head down here. And I'm not sure that he can even do anything. They have this thing shoved in, and there's just too much safety, especially with Cletus Cassidy. They don't know where Cletus is, so you got to assume that she's going to be
back
coming
of the lane
the back
there
of
too.
the lane, exactly.
And one of the things we definitely praised Indecision on in the qualifying tournament was their incredible warding against some of the teams there. And we see LandBeforeTime equaling that Vision War. So we see that, you know, I think Indecision in their qualifying games really picked up that lead just through the astounding vision that they had. But LandBeforeTime definitely matching that in this game with those deep wards. And
yeah, like you said, if LandBeforeTime and Evelyn is there onto Hot Dog McGee. Expects to come out. Hot Dog McGee going very low. The Thresh Box comes up, and Evelyn actually forced to flash out, but True Rice does pick up the kill onto Hot Dog McGee. But now True Rice very low, and Weeblit, he's going to look to clean up here. Don't know if he can do it though. They're looking to get away. Hate Spikes coming out from Evelyn again, and not able to clean up.
That was an absolutely huge monsoon right there by Sharptooth, really saving. Weeblit was just waiting on his cooldowns to come back up. That might have been a double kill on Cletus Cassidy and onto True Rice if he didn't do that. There was the kill available for True Rice, so maybe baiting that a little bit, but Monsoon coming out, really just saving it.
yeah, those kills are coming in for when we might see some action here. Cletus Cassidy still hanging around with Weeblit, and I'm a big tough guy in the bot lane, but I was going to say, with that kill picked up by LandBeforeTime, they're still down in the gold. It's pretty close, within like 500 gold. But I think the big disparity here is in that top lane. We haven't seen. We saw the one kill coming in from Similidon, but there's a 30 CS gold lead, almost 40. It's getting out of hand in that top lane there. As True Rice, it might get. Oh, just misses.
Choppers came out for the disengage. She's in about half repels. Weeblit repels down. Now she's going low, and I think they might have to pick this up. And I'm a big tough guy. Picks up the kill. Can he use, and now will he be able to use that Children of the Grave? Yes, he does have that Jinx Ghost here with that Children of the Grave.
Yeah, they're going to look to the mid lane here. Are they going to try and push this mid lane out, get some map pressure going, open that up, see where they can go here? Unfriendly Panda is just going to try and quickly clear this wave, but 4-man push in the mid lane. I think they are going to get this tower for their first tower of the game, but
Unfriendly Panda looking for the 1v4, the 1v5, you count the Ghost, and the Emperor's Divide is huge with the disengage. Flashes out, and he might get out of this. That was a gigantic ult from Azir.
Yeah,
oh
now just waiting on his team members. He is going to get out of this one. He's actually going to live. He actually is just going to go back in the backside of that. That was massive, even though
that was a 5-man ult, counting the Jinx Ghost. That was a 5-man ult.
That was insane. Even though like nothing really came out of it, he saved his life, saved the tower.
Yeah.
Forced a couple cooldowns to force a flash from him. I'm a big tough guy.
Blew my mind.
That was cool. That was really cool looking. A bit flashy, even though nothing really came out.
I like it.
I would say that's a hashtag SKL big play, but
oh, I love me a good SKL big play, I'll tell you that.
So we saw the Phage come out so early onto this Mordekaiser, so going towards that Trinity Force, I do suppose, probably, maybe not the Black Cleaver. I don't assume. Don't really know what the optimal build path onto Mordekaiser is. We haven't seen it that much. Unless you're really shadowing what the pro players are doing in their solo queue games, not really sure, because you can't see it for yourself if it's banned all the time, what the optimal build path on it is. So going to be interesting, but he hasn't bought in such a long time, and now we just see the Sheen come out.
yeah, definitely going to go for that Triforce. I've seen, you know, an array of items coming in for Mordekaisers. Usually they pick up that either Trinity Force or Rylai's. Sometimes I've seen like a lot of Twin Shadows coming in, which is an item we don't see very often, but that's slow, sending out the spooky ghosts. It's good. And one level up, Similidon. I thought there was two there for a second, but just one level up. But 40 CS lead in that top lane, that early kill, giving big powers, Black Cleaver coming from Similidon. But I don't know if he'll be able to one-2.
The gank coming in from Cletus Cassidy, but she's very low, and Dunkbuster hooks her back in, and dunks her, gets the kill. Ragnarok is popped there for Olaf, but Darius is looking for the Azir soldiers coming in for the save, and Darius is able to pick up the double kill, and Hot WD misses the death sentence. True Rice, a lot of damage coming in here, and she gets flayed back in, and she will go down with Weeblit picking up the kill, and Darius does go down in the top lane from Azir. Looks like Olaf did get the assist there from the previous damage.
That was insane. Darius broken for sure. The healing on that Q to keep him alive, just barely.
And the dunks,
insane damage. Able to pick up 1v2. It's an insane 1v2.
Yeah, and they were both Olaf and Evelyn started that fight at full health.
Yeah, Indecision pushing the bot lane here. They don't. LandBeforeTime doesn't have Unfriendly Panda there to give that good stream of shuffle, but they pick up their second tower of the game and secure themselves a 1k gold lead.
you know, we were saying we haven't seen Azir much in SKL, but Unfriendly Panda, I'll tell you right now, his Azir mechanics have been on point so far, and looks like if I'm a big tough guy, can get the last hit on the Dragon here, we might get to see that Dragon Ghost roaming around the map.
He doesn't even need to get the last hit. He just gets it. He has to touch it.
That's not even fair.
Not even fair. Still got the big old Dragon coming down.
Look at that thing.
To see.
That is menacing.
I've only seen it once myself, and it's just insane. Dragon can do anything. He does so much AoE damage, a little bit slower attacks, but huge health bar.
Oh, that's
Look
hilarious.
Not taking any damage at all.
Oh, it gets knocked up though.
Yeah.
And they're gonna get that mid turret. The Janna shield's not gonna save it. And they're looking to push mid here with the help of the Dragon.
Yeah, and the thing is, Similodon's pushing that top lane, so it can't even be an answer from Caladia. Unless he wants to TP in, might be dangerous with the Dragon up. The timer is almost down, so he's gonna siege up as best they can while they sell this Dragon.
Yeah, and after we saw Similodon 1v2 both Cletus Cassidy and Caladir,
Yeah.
who can stop him now? Who are they going to send up there? I assume they're going to send up Caladir, but he's not going to be able to stop him on that split push. So
Yeah, and with that black cleaver, which he has had completed for quite a while, he still has about a 40 CS lead. This Darius could start to get out of hand. I mean, it already is. We saw with that disgusting 1v2, and they will look to push the top lane here. Janna shield comes out on the turret. I don't know if there's much going to do here. And Darius, he's looking in. He wants a piece of the other team.
yeah, great rotations coming in from Indecision here. They're backing off as almost the whole team of LandBeforeTime is there. True Rice on that Jinx, just a little far behind, but Indecision is just going to back off here. Maybe try once again to get that top tower down. They got 3 towers, they got all the outers, they're looking for these inners now. The 5-man push. Cletus Cassidy hanging around on the outside. He's spotted by the wood there.
Oh, the death sentence does land onto Caladir, but they're not going to. But Cletus Cassidy's caught in a bad spot here because he's going down. Big monsoon from Janna. And Weeblit very low sharp. He's going to True Rice picks up the kill onto Caladir. Now Similodon might be on the chopping block, and he does go down, but not before picking up the double kill onto Janna. Now damage going down on a Hot Dog McGee. Rockets coming out from Janna. Forced to flash. Azir soldiers coming in. Weeblit very low as well. Can they clean up the kills here? And oh, the aggressive flash from Azir, and he might have got within range there, and he does pick up the kill onto Weeblit. And good turnaround there for LandBeforeTime. That looked like it could have been bad. They could have lost the tower. Did they end up losing the tower there in the top lane? I didn't.
No,
they did not.
They did. Yeah, they didn't lose the tower. They turned the team fight around.
Yeah, there's actually a huge Agony's Embrace by Cletus Cassidy, able to get like 4 members, get a huge shield. So even though Evelyn's on the front lines there, able to tank quite a bit of damage with that shield from the ultimate. And now there's going to be a TP burn to save this mid tier 1 by Similodon. Just good. Not going to be able to open up the map as much for LandBeforeTime, so they're not really getting anything out of this. They can't get any Barons, can't get any Dragons off this, so they do pick up the kills off that. So they're clawing their way back in. It's still really close, but it's about a 1.5 gold lead for Indecision. They're definitely going to look to grow that. I think they need to be just a little more pick-oriented with this Darius.
You see the Azir turret going up just to get them away from that mid lane. Interesting little bug there is that laser is going a long distance there. But with that fight in the top lane there, one thing we didn't touch on was the beautiful monsoon coming in from Sharptooth. It pushed, I can't remember which 2 champions into that brush closer to the turret there and splitting up Indecision there and making sure that they're not so like cohesive being split up like that.
Yeah, definitely 5-2-0 on this Darius. Similodon really playing an array of champions. His champion pool is so vast. We've kind of talked about some of these guys having favorite champions, but I really couldn't name Similodon's favorite champion. He likes all these kind of he's played Darius a couple times now, but he plays Fiora, he plays Chen, you know, all these champions. So we can't really call anyone a one-trick pony.
Yeah, well, not tonight. Tanks as well coming up from Similodon. You've seen Sign on Maokai as well. So able to play tank top laners as well as the big bruiser carry top laners here, such as Darius, as he is demonstrating to us very clearly in this game.
Yeah, definitely. The Trinity Force now picked up onto I'm a Big Tough Guy. Impressive stat line for himself, 2-0-3, but just not doing enough in that last team fight. But like you pointed out, the great monsoon, a lot of disruption. It's going to be hard for him, Big Tough Guy, to get any damage out when he's constantly getting pushed around by all these, getting the Agony Embrace slow onto him. He's not going to be able to get around that team fight very often. So, going to look for more skirmishes, I think, from Indecision. There's a lot of AoE damage on the side of Unfriendly Panda and Cletus Cassidy, as well as True Rice, throwing out those rockets on the things. So, maybe you're going to be looking for smaller fights, more picks from Indecision going forward.
The Land Before Time, beautiful ward coverage in their jungle. They're making sure that they know exactly where Indecision is, where, you know, when they're in that top side as they're pushing these towers. And we see Land Before Time just catching Indecision like off guard and picking up that mid lane tower, and they secure their second tower of the game and pretty much even up the gold difference between them. We do see a pause coming here, and we'll try and figure out what that is and try and get back into game as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so like yours was saying, Indecision's kind of calling card we were seeing in their early games was their great vision, their ward coverage. But maybe Land Before Time really almost beating them at their own game here. They probably, in the qualifiers, just by virtue of them being qualifiers not the regular season, maybe haven't seen an opponent as strong as Land Before Time, or someone who has as good ward coverage and vision as they do. So maybe kind of catching them out of their comfort zone, not used to this tough of an opponent, Indecision.
Yeah, definitely kind of meeting their match right here with Land Before Time. Really even throughout this whole game, 28.9 thousand gold for Indecision and 28.2 on the side of Land Before Time. This one is really too close to call just yet. Just the way things are going, I'd say the momentum is actually a little bit in Land Before Time's favor. They're coming off a couple of objectives for themselves and a couple of big fights. So definitely looking for them to press this kind of advantage, and the mental swing is definitely on their side.
Yeah, and they were down some CS earlier in the game, but they are getting farther on their item builds now, as we're seeing Olaf has completed the Black Cleaver, so he'll be doing a lot more damage in the top lane. The Infinity Edge completed in the bot lane for Rice onto Jinx. So they're starting to catch up now in items as well, and we'll be start doing some more damage.
Absolutely. Looks like we did have a disconnect with one of our players. So we're actually going to take a little bit of a pause here. We're going to play a couple ads for you guys. Quick message from our sponsors, and we'll be right back as soon as we get these issues resolved. Thanks for sticking with us.
Check this out.
Hey guys, welcome back to Indecision versus Land Before Time. Still a little bit of a pause here, but we're actually going to resume
back in action.
Weeblit with that Walmart connection, you know, can't really stay online for too long.
Rumor has it he's playing on a toaster, so
yeah, confirmed. Missing a couple cocoons there. That's probably why, right?
Yeah,
Rito just trying to bring him down. Yeah, can't
Tell me about
climb. Got the disconnect. We do have drag live in 35 seconds here. So definitely going to be looking for, I think, Indecision to really play around that Dragon Pit, really collect some vision for themselves, show off some of their vision game that was so highly sought after.
Yeah, in the qualifiers we saw Sightstone coming out from Weeblit quite a bit, and a lot of other junglers that maybe didn't make it into the regular season, but we definitely saw a lot of those Sightstones coming in from those junglers. Not this game though, as, you know, both opting for those Sorcerer's boots. See what happens here as drag is up right about.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Great timing there, O'Malley. But the engage comes in. Emperor's Divide comes out from Unfriendly Panda for the disengage, but the cocoon lands onto Janna, and she goes down very quickly with Weeblit picking up the kill, and this could be Dragon here for Indecision.
That was very uncharacteristic of Land Before Time, just to face check that brush. We do have Paladin pushing the top lane. TP is available, but it looks like they're just going to give this one out. They realize
Dragon Ghost.
That they, stepped in the wrong territory, wearing the wrong colors. I always say they're in the wrong neighborhood, wearing the wrong colors. And now looks like they're going to go as 5 towards this bot lane.
Yeah, they got the dragon too, so that's big that they picked up the second dragon of the game, and they're going to push Smilodon does make it to the top lane in time. Don't lose the tower there, and it looks like they're going to pick up a tower for free.
Yeah, big mistake there for LandBeforeTime to face check that brush, and also force as the Unfriendly Panda forced to burn the Emperor's Divide just for the disengage there, and they still lost. They still lost Sharptooths.
Yeah, a lot of CC. Actually, not really that much. There's the Apprehend the Cocoon, and I guess the Thresh, but really not too much CC, but yeah, definitely uncharacteristic of them just to walk into that brush unknowingly, especially as your AP carry mid laner face checking. Maybe if it was the Sharptooth on that Janna or someone more tanky like Cletus Cassidy, I guess, is a little bit more tanky.
They don't have much tank on this team.
Not
actually,
much tank, actually, exactly. And look at Caladude's. He's going pretty much full bruiser. 80 heavy, you know,
yeah,
with the Brutalizer and the Black Cleaver, looking for that armor.
Still holding on to that longsword. It's very, very damagey build.
Yeah, definitely. Picking up the cloth armor just for himself. That's all he's got to fight against is Darius, who has a Dead Man's Plate and a Black Cleaver already completed. So that's really scary. Really going to be hard to bring that guy down.
Yeah, I don't think that cloth is going to hold up very well against that big old basketball net.
So we do see I'm a big tough guy picking up that Giant's Belt, so we're probably going to see him go into that Rylai's. We might see some spooky ghosts, who knows, but definitely he's going to pick up that Rylai's first and look to put out that slow damage.
So
Lots of slow.
As you see is here in the mid lane, put up that Legacy of Shurima turret. Does take a hit onto Weeblit. Not looking to push that, they're going to go look down the river here.
Yeah, Weeblit actually recognizing all the magic damage on the side of LandBeforeTime. Going to pick up a Locket of the Iron Solari for himself. Going to be able to shield also whoever you really want. There's lots of shields going to be coming out from I'm a Big Tough Guy, his Creeping Death, as well as Kelthais, his Help Picks, to be able to shield up whatever he wants, as well as the Wild Growth. So there's going to be lots of sustaining in these fights. Sonodo's got that Decimate heal as well on that Q. So actually it's going to be a pretty lengthy team fight is what I'm imagining, especially with the Monsoon on the side of Sharptooth. To be able to heal up our team. I'm gonna call it right now. We're gonna have a long 3-minute team fight. Like, just starting here.
Right now? This is it? Okay, I've started my stopwatch. This is it. This is it, Silky Mittens.
Okay, it started. It's still going.
It's still going, yeah.
Yeah, have faith.
The Zero Soldier comes up for some poke. Rocket's coming for Jinx for poke as well.
Yeah, I don't know why Indecision is trying to fight in the jungle here. They need to push. They need to get their lanes pushed. Bot lane is pushing against them. Mid lane is pushing against them. They're not fighting over anything in the jungle here. Red buff is down. They need to start pushing those lanes. You know, there's no reason to be fighting in that mid lane. It's so close between the gold that really inexcusable.
And I really don't think you want to fight. I don't think Indecision wants to fight in the jungle here against this team comp that LandBeforeTime has. That Emperor's Divide in the jungle. If you get caught in a bottleneck lane there, that could really gets really close in there where you don't want to get caught in a bad spot. That Ragnarok from Olaf comes out, and if you're all clumped up, that could end really badly as well. So yeah, not a great place to fight.
Especially with True Right sitting on those rockets. Yeah. Got the Static Shiv, has the Infinity Edge. That's what Jinx needs to have to put out a decent amount of damage here. So
yeah, there was the Zeke's Harbinger actually picked up onto Sharptooth's. Great item for this Jinx hyper carry item for sure. Gonna give her that extra crit and that extra lifesteal when that is all charged up. 4-2-0. Dank score on the side of True Rice. Woo! He's really blazing it up in this one. Definitely looking to carry his team. Also, Unfriendly Panda doing a lot for this team. Like you said earlier, Big Booty. If you get into those tight gaps, even though they might be ahead, which I feel like they are on the side of Indecision, if you get in those tight gaps, a big Emperor's Divide into like an Agony's Embrace, into True Rice throwing out all those rockets, it ain't gonna end
Ragnarok
well.
comes in.
Ragnarok.
Olaf just goes ham.
Right through. Exactly. So really need to see Similodon go to a side lane here. Need to see the other members go towards the mid lane or even push on the other side of the map onto the bot lane. This Baron is still a viable option for these teams. Dragon in a minute 30 though, so probably going to want to hover around this side of the map for now. Not going to want to give up any of the control over the map or the vision. So Dragon, we're coming up on number 3 would be for Indecision and number 2 for LandBeforeTime.
Yeah, and speaking of vision there, I think that's really what, with the slight gold in Indecision's favor, I think the just great vision control coming in from LandBeforeTime is what's keeping them in this game. Because if you, well, just a few seconds ago, if you had looked at that top half of the map, there wasn't a place you could walk on the side of Indecision where you wouldn't be seen. Everywhere was covered. I think we see that coming in with you know, almost all of the trinkets on the side of LandBeforeTime upgraded, and same with the side of Indecision. So
As far as the games have gone, this has really been a more clear and concise kind of game, more thought out.
Yeah.
Definitely more clean is really the word I was looking for from both teams. 9 kills to 7. Not a whole lot of action. Just a lot of mind games going on. These guys are very smart on both teams. Great shot calling and great communication. Definitely all on the same page, it seems, at most stages in the game.
Yeah, I think that's something we can expect to see more here in the regular season with some of our stronger teams with more skilled players. Probably also teams that have perhaps been playing together longer, so they have more synergy. They know they have a defined shot caller who has a lot of experience in that role is also very important. Just the longer you've played together with the team, better communication, better synergy, better chemistry. It's very important. Underrated, I think.
Absolutely. Similidon in the top lane doing exactly what he needs to do. Pushing his Caladir. He can still take down anyone. The Death Sentence landing on the...
Dank hook there. From Hot Dog McGee. And the engage comes in, and the Thrush box is about. Hot Dog McGee going low here. Azir Soldier's coming out. TP might come in here from Olaf. And it does come in, and he pops Ragnarok. And Similidon, and I'm a big tough guy going very low here. Unfriendly Panda picks up the kill. Mordekaiser is down, so is Darius. And this is a big team fight for LandBeforeTime with the double picked up for Olaf. And that was a disaster for Indecision as they were looking to Dragon.
Okay, confirmed. Mordekaiser not that broken. I honestly think wasn't able to do really any damage there. And the disengage was too strong from the Emperor's Divide in the Monsoon. As a Mord, you need to get onto people, so those are actually great picks because you're able to push them away and say, you can't hit me. Mordekaiser's still a melee champion. Yeah, the ability that he wants to max first is a melee ability, right? Not ranged at all. So, we've got our resident singer here,
Mordekaiser's abilities, all named after old hard rock songs. You got Iron Man, which that's the name after a song. The Mace of Spades, that's upon on Ace of Spades by Motorhead, I believe. That's funny. Nice one, Rito. I see what you did there.
Funny. Doesn't take much to impress old Big Booty these days. Just a couple of puns, you're good to go. So actually, we were wondering if this was going to make or break on the side of Indecision, the Mordekaiser pick, and it looks like it's breaking them here. Honestly, not doing that much. Had a good score line, 2-0-4 coming into this, but just getting that off of smaller skirmishes. But when it turns into a 5v5, going for these big objectives, going for these dragons, going for these barons, it's not looking like it's really doing anything.
No, and it really hasn't able to have the same effect in the team fights that Jinx, that True Rice on the Jinx has had for LandBeforeTime. Right now sitting at 6-2-3, has the Infinity Edge, the Bloodthirster, and Static Shiv, as we do see LandBeforeTime pick up the Dragon here. This Jinx is doing a lot more damage and having a lot more effect in team fights than the Mordekaiser. We're using, I'm a big tough guy. He's going to get cut out here as all 5 members of LandBeforeTime are there, and he goes down very quickly with Caladir on the Broloff picking up the kill.
Indecision's going to push mid lane here, but I'm not sure that they're going to be able to. They're going to have to back.
Do we have a base race?
We would have a base race, but they're definitely going to lose that with a Thresh and a Lulu, only having the Elise. But having an Olaf and a Jinx, you're definitely going to lose that base race. All members going to start to back now. Expect them to pick up the home guards. Ooh, the Zeke's Harbinger is activated.
Yeah.
The extra damage, not going to be able to take advantage of that just quite yet. But Similidon, too tanky so far.
He's actually a very tanky there, so he takes Spike's argument, and he's going down very low despite how Wild Growth is popped onto him. But Cletus Cassidy caught in a bad spot. Death Sentence does land, and the Dunk picks up the kill onto Evelyn. And Darius able to get out of there, but Hot Dog McGee, the Rockets, at perhaps max range, they're getting the kill onto Hot Dog McGee, and they're not going to be able to pick up the turret here. Maybe a little greedy here for LandBeforeTime, as that the Similidon on the Darius, he does a lot of damage as well as being incredibly tanky.
Yeah, that was just an insane kind of tower dive there. A lot of big plays from Hot Dog McGee to keep Cletus.
Big hook.
She really wanted to get out of there, but not letting her. The Death Sentence and the Flame to keep under the tower. I'm really kind of going to go in, but
and the Emperor's Divide does not land. That would have popped Similidon right back where he didn't want to be. And I don't know if they're going to be able to pick up the tower now, but this damage is swinging out, as well as the Baron-empowered cannon minions, and they do pick it up. And the crits onto Weeblet! Oh my gosh, that Zeke's Harbinger doing work for True Rice in the bot lane. Now, I'm a big tough guy, very low as well, and that first inhib turret goes down very quickly, and so does the inhib. Will they look to push further here or just back? Looks like they might back out here. Caladir, very low. Wow, the crit there for Jinx.
I forget who it was, but an LCS Pro was kind of talking about Mordekaiser and the whole bot lane cheese kind of meta or strat, you could say. And he really said this is pretty much how it goes. Mordekaiser is suffocating early, in lane, there's pretty much nothing you can do about him. But come late game, you got a Mordekaiser. You don't have a late game carry. You've got a big old clunky Mordekaiser, and you don't have a Jinx. You don't have a Vayne. You don't have a Tristana. You don't have that consistent damage. Mordekaiser is such a situational pick. Sure, he's strong, but the later the game goes, the more in favor it is towards the ADC.
Again, we're getting up here past 30 minutes, which is we're getting into late game here, and Land Before Time has turned this game around.
Yeah, we've just seen things blown wide open after that failed dragon fight there, where Indecision got aced, and from there we've just seen Land Before Time pick up objective after objective. They're up 8k gold here, 30 minutes into the game. Sharptooth a little in, getting that. They've kind of changed their vision game here. Instead of, they were playing kind of at the back foot of Indecision there, where they had wards in their own jungle. Now they're starting to be more aggressive with the wards. They have that whole top side of Indecision's jungle warded, so they're not going to be able to pick up any camps without Land Before Time knowing, or go anywhere really. And I think that Indecision needs to realize that they're behind now and start picking up those sweep lenses and trying to take away some of that vision from Land Before Time.
Not too sure where the answer is going to come from on the side of Indecision. Hot Dog McGee going to have to get a huge death sentence onto a carry of Land Before Time. That's what their win condition is at this point. Or a big apprehend from Smilodon. That's a possibility. But the siege is just too strong. With an Azir and a Jinx, the damage on the turrets is disgusting. Serene, even more disgusting. You got Zap every 5 seconds from True Rice. And you've got the Janna shield to top it all off. And a tanky Olaf breathing down your neck the whole time. So this is going to be a very hard game going forward from Indecision, but they really need to pick here, and it's going to be tough. As long as the positioning is good for Land Before Time, I don't see this one going Indecision's way.
Yeah, it's really looking that way so far, that this is going to go be a win for Land Before Time. We won't say for sure yet, as they do pick up the tower, but Indecision here, one of our teams that I believe did go undefeated all through qualifiers. Am I correct?
I believe,
yeah. Went undefeated all through qualifiers. So if they lose a game here, it'll be interesting to see how they respond to the adversity that they have not faced yet, having gone undefeated all the way through qualifiers.
Yeah, that's one of the beautiful things about the regular season is we get to see them once more after this. It is a best of 2, so...
Bye-bye.
Sorry, what happened there, Silky? You want to tell me about that?
Oh, yeah, the Thresh is getting poked down from the Zaps, and then the Mega Death Rocket. The Flash came out before the Mega Death Rocket is launched. Unfortunately flashing the wrong way.
Now they're looking to go in here onto Similodon. Wild Growth is popped. Darius looks very big with that ult, but I'm a big tough guy, goes down very quickly. Cletus Cassidy gets dunked, but Emperor's Divide comes out, and kills are going down here. Similodon does go down. Repel comes up from Wheelet. I don't know if that's going to do the trick, though. Once he comes down, he is killed immediately by the Jinx. They're on to the Nexus Terrace. The first one is down. They're on to the second one. They have the minions. It is the ace. Hot Dog McGee is up, but I don't know if this is going to be it. This is the win here for Land Before Time. They turned that game around. The Mordekaiser pick did not pay off here for Indecision, and they have their first loss of SKL.
Yeah, it was like that flip was switched in Land Before Time's head. They're like, oh yeah, we've got a hyper carry late game,
and they have a Mordekaiser.
Let's get her some kills. Let's get her some kills. True Rice doing the work. 11, 2, and 6 on that Jinx. The damage chart's probably going to be disgusting this game. You know, up until 20 or 15 or so, 18 minutes, 20 minutes, this game was pretty even. It was dead even. At some point, they were like maybe 500 gold apart, and then this got blown wide open. A huge fight at Dragon cost them. It was a clean ace and the Dragon over to Land Before Time, and after that, just no footing for Indecision. They were looking for things to do, but you could say that they were indecisive of where their comeback could come from, and I don't think they really had many options. I think really limiting themselves with the Mord pick. Sure, it's fun to see. It was fun to cast.
Yeah.
But maybe not the strongest pick, after all.
Yeah, so what kind of changes do you think we'll see coming into Game 2 here? Are we going to see completely new team comps from, well, at least from the side of Indecision, or do you think they're going to try this Mord again and see if it works out the second time around on the red side?
I don't know if we'll see them pull out the Mord again. We could see the Darius actually early game was quite successful and still ended up with this 8-4-1 line, which is still pretty impressive. But I think actually this game, the Lulu really didn't do much. The Lulu actually ended up being quite irrelevant during most of that game.
Yeah, definitely. You usually see Kelthice go, like we mentioned at the beginning, even or behind, but then not really pulling through on this Lulu. Yeah. But I don't think it's because she had no one to buff, right? You're not going to get any assists or any help participation on kills if you're buffing a Mordekaiser who's already behind, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing I expect to change is no Mordekaiser, booty.
All right, so we are going to take a short break here. Thank you guys all for watching. Stick around. We'll be back right away for Game 2.